Adam Lambert backstage at the Nassau Coliseum. It's the American Idol tour. I don't know what to do. Bow, curtsy. Do I say something special to you? You're the man, right?
Well, I appreciate that. I think we should just shake hands like normal people. I don't do any of this. I don't expect anything like that. Come on.
Every woman in my office, when they found out I was doing this, Dawn, Leanna, and a whole down the line, they rushed me and said, how do I get back? They were holding on to my leg, man. You feel the hype of the show and the hype on you?
I do, and I'm continuously surprised by it. I never expected any of that. I remember when I auditioned for the show, I was like, man, I just want to crack the top 10 so that I can make some money and go on tour. And it turned into so much more. Every week that I stayed on the show, I was like, wait, really? I made it again? And then when the media started really taking a liking to me and things started kind of getting out in the press and there was pictures and magazine covers and people were talking, and I was like, wow, maybe I have a shot at this thing. And getting to the finals it meant the world to me. It meant that I had stayed on the show as long as I could, which was my goal. Stay on as long as you can, get the experience out of it, create opportunities for your future. And so winning or not winning, I feel like I got what I aimed to get out of the show.
Did you take lessons for that voice? Is it just totally God-given? I mean, it's obviously insane. You remind me of the hair bands I used to listen to and those high notes. But how did you come by that voice?
I took lessons a lot when I was a kid. I was involved heavily in musical theater. So, I was like a little Broadway wannabe kid. Did that for years. Graduated high school. Stopped taking voice lessons at about 20. And continued to work in musical theater to pay my bills and to travel and live my life. And then early on in my 20s, I kind of started losing interest in musical theater as an art form. I was doing it more as a job, and I wasn't as passionate about it as I had been. I became more and more passionate about pop music and rock music. And so I kind of slowly transitioned into that, started writing music. I was in a band for a while in LA. And I was still doing musical theater on the side. So it was kind of like I was in both worlds, making my bread and butter doing theater and then trying slowly to learn how to be a creative being in the music industry.
The American Idol finales are always fantastic. This year happened to be better than most. There were great performances. However, when you and Kiss hit the stage, and I'm sure you hear about this, I DVR'd it. I've watched it 10, 15 times. The greatest moment in Idol history.
I had a blast. I mean, when they first told me that I'm going to be totally honest with you, when they said, okay, you're going to be performing with Kiss, I was like, all right. I just didn't put it all together in my head. And to be honest with you, I knew who Kiss was. I had heard their stuff, but I would never consider myself a fan of Kiss. It was kind of maybe a little before my time. And then I started going back and researching them and listening to their music, and I'm like, these guys are badass. This is so cool. They really went for it. And I love that they dressed up and that they had this whole concept, and their music's really fun, and they showed me the songs that they wanted me to sing with them on the show, and I was like, that's a good song, or that's a good song. So I really got into it, and because of that finale performance, I really have a new respect for Kiss. I feel like I've discovered them for the first time. So
they created marketing and music, and I think you're going to be doing a lot of that in your career.
And the fact that they were so overtly theatrical was a great association, I think, for me. And I guess the producers really knew what they were doing, Like, we're going to put them with Kiss. It's perfect.
I saw an article about crazy, wild stuff people throw on stage. Now, this was a couple days ago. Tell me, any of this true? What's the wildest thing that you get on stage?
The wildest thing that I got on stage was a red leather whip. It was like a tassel whip, very S&M. And then the very next night, I got another one made out of strips of purple fur.
Do you keep them?
You
have a little box on the side.
Those were interesting gifts. I was like, wow, that I won't forget. And lots of bras and panties as well.
Do you find it, okay, we're joking about it. You find it a little surreal? Can you believe it's all happening to you?
No, I can't. I never really considered myself somebody that people throw their underwear at. That's never really... That wasn't for me in my head. My concept of myself is not that. And I realize that I'm doing some songs that are kind of sexual and kind of, risque. And so I guess it starts to make sense eventually. And I think it's weird because people they don't give a They don't care.
Don't say it.
They don't care about, my preferences and what I do in my bedroom. I mean, they're reacting to what I'm doing on stage, which I think is the most open-minded, amazing, progressive thing that we can do. So it's about the song, it's about the music, clearly, and people are reacting to that moment on stage, to my performance.
And I think people felt that this year on Idol. Last one for you. Everyone's talking about what kind of albums is he going to make? What station can he be on? What's he get? He's great. He's theatrical, but will it work on a CD? Who's going to play it? What have you been doing in the studio to calm all our nerves so we know you're going to be huge?
Well, it's funny because I think people are so confused about the theatricality thing. When you look at a lot of the big pop acts right now, they are theatrical. That's what they're doing. That's what's working. Lady Gaga, Katy Perry, those girls are totally over the top.
And they're huge.
I mean, those are some of the top people in music right now. A lot of the new kind of emo-tronic bands that are coming out, super theatrical. My Chemical Romance came out with an album last year, and they were dressed up in theatrical. Theatricality is back in pop music. It's like what happened in the 80s with hair metal. That's coming back. A look, a sound, something that's really, really visually identifiable. So I think for people to be worried about theatricality as getting in the way of commercial success is kind of silly. The album's going to come out in November. It's going to blend pop with rock, with dance. It's going to have a little bit of everything. It's going to make you want to shake your butt around, feel sexy, feel empowered. Feel like you want to, go out and get some drinks and sing along to it. It's going to have that, there's a couple songs that have that 80s hair metal sing-along kind of feel to it. There's songs that are, shake your butt. There's a couple songs that are kind of psychedelic. There's some that are real vibey, chill out kind of music. There's, a ballad about vulnerability. And there's something for everybody on the CD.
Rock on, man. We're looking forward to it. And the best thing about Adam Lambert, they told us beforehand, we only have a couple minutes with each one, and you're just sitting here, you're hanging, you're talking, and you're going on and on. I love that, man. You're going to be successful because you're a people person.
I like to talk. Yeah. Just a little bit.
Good luck to you.
Thank you. It's so good to meet you. Right on.
Pop,
and I want to
and
thank you to everybody for all your support. And get ready. The album's going to be so sick.